This was our first trip to Bangkok, which consisted of 5 days and 4 nights. We actually picked the Rembrandt Hotel because of the location in Sukhumvit and because of the option of a room with a terrace, which you'll see in a moment, and because breakfast was included. The hotel is in the heart of Sukhumvit in Soi 18, which is about a 40-minute taxi ride from BKK Airport. The taxi ride was about 800 baht, which is about $23.50 in US dollars. The hotel itself is nestled in a quiet neighborhood, which is off the main road, but is still only about a 10-minute walk to the nearest MRT station. Along the same road as the hotel, you'll find some smaller bars, restaurants, and massage parlors. There's also a 7-Eleven within a 5-minute walk where you can grab supplies like water, medicine, or snacks. As far as transportation goes, there are taxis and tuk-tuks passing by regularly, as well as a tuk-tuk provided by the hotel, which will take you down the street to the main road. Upon entry, you'll be greeted by friendly staff who will get the door for you and take your luggage. The lobby itself was bright and clean. They did have a small bar and a large waiting area where you can sit down, have a drink, and wait for transportation or for your other party members. They also do have a pool and a small gym, but we didn't end up using either of those. The hotel itself does not have an ATM, but there is two located at the base of the building right next door, which is still pretty convenient. We did notice on the way to our room that the hallway had quite an odd smell. It was kind of hard to place, sort of like old incense. It wasn't necessarily bad, just kind of weird. The carpet was pretty dated and old as well, as the rest of the decor was also in this area. Not too much of a drawback though, as that's not really what you're paying for. The room itself was a terrace suite and was pretty large and spacious. It did have all the normal amenities that you would expect, such as a couch, a desk, instant coffee machine. Also did have a mini bar which had overpriced sodas and a couple beers and water. The TVs were pretty old and only had about 28 channels, which were mostly international, and no movie channels. I would probably suggest bringing a Roku or a Fire Stick if you want to watch anything decent. This room came with a king-size bed, which is pretty comfortable for a hotel bed, as well as an additional fridge, which came in handy for storing things like water and extra snacks. The best part was that it had 2 bathrooms, which was really nice because we could both get ready at the same time in the mornings. They are both full-size with a toilet and sink and shower, and one does have a pretty deep bathtub and a closet for hanging up clothes. This was a terrace suite located on the 10th floor, and while the view wasn't amazing, it was nice to have this outdoor area. It had 2 lounge chairs and a small table, but they probably could have added some better furniture and maybe some plants, as some of the space just seemed to be unused. The one downside to the terrace is there are pigeons that claim this area and the ledges above for about an hour each morning. I made the mistake of walking out there during this time and was greeted with an unexpected present, which luckily missed my coffee, but not myself and my phone.
Oh, I locked it. Oh no! Oh, bye birds.
The terrace suite costs about 4,000 baht per night, which is about 118 US dollars. To me, it was worth it for the location and the terrace and the large comfortable bed, so I give this room a 7 out of 10. One of the reasons besides the location and the terrace that we chose this hotel was that it had breakfast included. I find it's much easier to roll out of bed, go downstairs and grab a breakfast to get fueled up for the day. Most hotel breakfasts are usually hit or miss, and this one, unfortunately, was kind of a miss. There's very basic selection and nothing really too special. There's not much meat selection, not even much Thai cuisine, which we were looking forward to. The one thing that any hotel breakfast has to have is eggs. I don't care where you go. Now, while they did have eggs, none of them were already cooked, and all had to be cooked to order. They did have some rice and vegetables, which were very bland and boring, and they had beans every day, but they were always undercooked. They did have a small selection of bread and pastries, regular toast, croissants, some danishes, also mini pancakes and waffles, which were so-so. Overall, the breakfast was pretty lackluster. I'd probably give it a 3 out of 10. We did order room service once while we were there, just because we were pretty tired from walking around all day. We had the hamburger and pad krapao, which were both pretty tasty. The most unexpected part of our stay though probably was Mexicano restaurant on the 4th floor of the hotel next to the pool. Thailand was probably the last place that I would think to find decent Mexican food. We had the cheese balls, which were fried cream cheese and chilies, and they were amazing. We also had a chimichanga and a quesadilla, which were both great as well. I would definitely recommend eating here. I would say that the Rembrandt Hotel is a good place to stay if you're in Bangkok for just a few days, and overall, I would give it a 6 out of 10.